Assemble! Stay dandy, baby. Let's go ahead and jump into One Piece. One Piece is back for another super exciting chapter. Well, not really exciting. Christian, you had a title for this type of chapter.
Oh, it's called the mini-map chapter.
Why is it called the mini-map chapter?
Because all they do is cut to the mini-map with everyone's heads on it, and they just show you the mini-map with arrows, and then they change the mini-map with different arrows. And that's what you look at a lot, and I don't like mini-map chapters.
So overall, what you're saying is you didn't like this chapter?
I felt like it's a setup chapter, and yes, I'm excited about the chapter's ending, and yes, I'm excited about the Kaido reveal. Yes, I'm excited about Jinbe joining the crew, and them Luffy being blissful and almost wanting to do a party right there in the middle of the battle.
Despite the fact that Momonosuke was just kidnapped.
Doesn't give a fuck about that.
Before they were a little angry about it, now let's get some booze and party.
Yeah, and then they are, someone's like, hey, let's just be Kaido and then it'll be a better party. And they're like, yeah, that's the logic. It's like Bert Kreischer is leading the One Piece Pirates or some shit, So the whole idea is that it was a chapter about how they were changing their game plan because the one guy was a traitor, so they needed to not use the same plan that he was exposed to. And so instead, they're just going to all push through the front door, and then there's going to be two flanking squads that go to the side instead of going to the back entrance.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I understood from the mini-map chapter.
We learned a little bit more about Kaido's island, Onigashima, I believe is what it's called.
It looks like where you attack the pigs in Breath of the Wild.
God, I was totally thinking the same thing.
I know.
It does look just like the bases from Breath of the Wild, just a giant, ominous skull.
Yeah, there's a base inside the skull. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except this one's just going to be absolutely massive on a crazy scale. I think it's going to be a pretty cool battleground for this enormous battle that's about to take place. But
it's always raining there. Every time we've ever seen it. So it's going to be a very dark and gritty battle.
I think that's going to be cool, though. It's going to give it a kind of a different feel than what we've seen previous.
Like Marineford was cold and icy and clear, and some of the other
This is going to be thunder crackling and rain constantly coming down.
Yeah.
While all of these just crazy pirates and samurai are battling against Kaido and his team.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty metal right there. Most of the chapter at the beginning focused on Jinbe joining the crew, which is, it's all great. Everybody hug it out and everything. One of the things that I felt was kind of interesting and a lot of people are talking about, because there's actually a lot to talk about in terms of personal theories for people in this chapter. A lot of people think that Oda is hinting at the fact that Carrot is still going to be the next Straw Hat Pirate, because the big panel where everybody is hugging Jinbe is all of the main Straw Hat Pirates, including Carrot as well. I'm not going to read into that too much. I like Carrot, and I want her to join the Straw Hat Pirates, but I think it's just, she's just been a core member of that specific group for a long time.
Arc Buddy.
Yeah, Arc Buddy. Like I said, I want her to be on the team, but still.
Here's why I don't think she's going to be on the team, because Jinbe immediately joined and was deemed the helmsman. What's Carrot going to be deemed? The Carrot Eater?
The Carrot Eater. The cute mascot.
The Moon Transformer?
Yes.
The Gohan of the ship? What are we doing here, guys? What I'm saying is she doesn't have a role.
Not really.
So
do they have to? Is that the rule? Do they have to have a role to join the Straw Hat Pirates?
Sanji was chosen as the cook. Zoro was chosen as the sword fighter. Nami's the navigator, and Brooks the musician, and Chopper's the medic. I don't see what her role is.
Can't she just be a general warrior?
They don't take because she's not stronger than Zoro, so why would she be a warrior?
But she's still really strong.
When she transforms, yes.
Even when she doesn't transform, she's pretty capable.
She is capable, but I just don't.
She's more powerful than Nami.
Unless Nami zaps her with her thunderclouds.
Yeah.
But
still, the point is, she's capable. But,
I get it.
But is she Straw Hat worthy in your eyes? No.
Not that she's not strong enough. Not that she's not fit, but she doesn't have a role. And I'm telling you, Luffy is pretty consistent about having a role. Mm-hmm. He asked Sanji to join his crew to be the chef. He asked Zoro to be the swordsman. He asked Nami to be the navigator. What I forget what Usopp does. He shoots things, but he's the slingshot guy.
He's the sniper.
The sniper. That's what I'm saying. He asked these people with a role in mind. And I forget what's left, but I think he named all the roles that he wanted back in the beginning.
So now he just needs some powerful fighters to supplement.
Yeah, well, he already has the Alliance. Why does he need more powerful people to be part of the core group? I'm not saying...
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It's obvious I want Carrot on the crew, and you're like, whatever. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Corey's into furries. I'm not. It's just part of the way the world works.
I like Beastars.
Oh, gosh.
Anywho, getting back on track here. So Jinbe is officially part of the crew.
Cheers.
Everybody's really happy. Everybody decides, hey, let's get shit-faced and wasted before this like big event, which I think is absolutely hilarious. But this is where we get the mini-map portion of the chapter where the characters come together. They come up with their plan. This is the island. This is how we're going to attack it. Good, great, let's go. The one part of the chapter, however, that I think is arguably the most interesting aspect of it definitely comes at the very end, when not only are we about to get the introduction of some brand new characters, but we also get to learn that apparently Kaido's been hitting the sheets, because Kaido has a freaking son.
That's right.
So this has never been brought up before. Kaido has a son. Who could it potentially be? Is it someone who already exists, or is it a brand new character altogether? Because is
it one of the Big Mom pirates?
That has been one of the craziest theories that I've been hearing. That someone
who did Luffy just fight? The
Katakuri.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Katakuri.
Everybody thinks that Katakuri is the son of Kaido, and you know what? Put the two next to each other, you can kind of see it. They're both scary-looking bastards.
Also, Kaido is a triplet. I don't know if you know that. Like the oven guy is also his brother, and so is the genie guy.
Yeah.
So
Daifuku and Oven.
So what I'm saying is they would all be Kaido's sons.
But Kaido mentioned son in particular.
So it probably isn't Katakuri. That's what I'm saying. Because it would have to be someone that's a singular. And for Big Mom to have a huge family, she had to have triplets and quadruplets.
But this also brings up, if that is the case, it also brings up the fact that, Kaido and Big Mom were an item at some point.
Nah, Big Mom does it strategically. I don't think she does it for love.
No, I mean, it's very clear, but there was a point in time when Kaido and Big Mom got into a very large bed.
Yes.
And made a baby together, which is really, really freaky to actually think about. It does make sense, however, due to their connection in the past, not only being rivals, but also being members of the Rocks Pirates. They were teammates at some point in the past when they were working under Rocks' D. Zebek, a character who still has not made an appearance officially outside of just a shadowy figure. But this is big. Kaido has a son, and he apparently could be someone really important. Whether it's a new character or not remains to be seen, but everybody has their personal secret theories. What's yours? Sound off in the comment section below. But believe it or not, there's even more. There's the introduction of the Robi Topo, who are basically the 6 flying headliners, which are like the super powerful group that's working directly under Kaido. We've already seen a few of them, which I believe are X-Drake and the Spinosaurus guy.
Isn't that the same person?
No. X-Drake is the Marine who's actually undercover, who transforms into the Allosaurus.
Yes.
He's got like the big pointy black hat and the Robin mask.
Yeah, I think that is the guy that transforms into he transforms into the
Allosaurus, but then there's the other guy that Sanji fought against who turns into the Spinosaurus.
Oh.
Do you remember that guy?
Yes. No, I remember those episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they were fairly close to there in the anime currently.
Yes, they just animated that fight.
Okay.
And then Sanji uses the stealth black suit.
So at the very end of the chapter, they show all of these feet that are just walking in because either Oda doesn't know who they are yet.
He's figuring it out.
He's figuring it out on the spot, or he actually has something kind of planned here. But yeah, the Wano arc just wants to keep introducing more freaking characters into this. I mean, then again, we're about to get into a massive war, so I guess they need to make sure everybody has someone to fight at this point.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't really think it matters that the Straw Hats have the element of surprise. Because Kaido's going to be willing to fight and totally strong no matter what. Yeah. It's not like they caught him while he had like a huge slash back when Oda hurt him or anything. It's like he's just sitting there. It's not going to be easier to defeat because he didn't see the punch coming.
Exactly.
And
besides, this is One Piece. When does a plan ever work out perfectly?
It already hasn't, 5 times.
I don't think that this is going to work out. Nothing's going to go off perfectly without a hitch. This is going to de-evolve into chaos in some form or fashion. As for the Robi Topo, do you think they're going to keep the theme going where they're all like dinosaur type people?
They seem to like the ancient
zone type.
Zone type. I almost said Zohan.
The ancient Zohan.
Yeah, the ancient zone type at least the fake versions of them. So yeah, with the animal infusion. So we'll see what's going on with that. I think that's what you're going to see a lot of.
Yeah, and I'm cool for that. Because that's been one of the themes of Kaido and like the strongest people under him. They're all like dinosaurs. So like, I want to see like a Triceratops person and all that stuff. Like I just want to see.
There are some mammals. There's like the hippo dude, and there's.
But it's like the people directly under him,
Oh,
which have like the
directly.
distinctive title.
Yeah.
Like they've all been like ancient or like dinosaur type people. Like there could be one of them's going to be a saber-toothed tiger.
Ooh,
They're going
yeah.
full on like Power Rangers. Like they're going to cover all the bases. There's already a mastodon with Jack.
Okay.
You already have the Brachiosaurus. You have a king and queen, the Brachiosaurus and the pterodactyl.
Yep.
And then of course the Allosaurus and the Spinosaurus. So hopefully we'll get to see. I know we're going to see it. How is there not going to be a Triceratops person? Like there just has to be. I think it's going to be really cool if they
That's
do
a
that.
good point. Yeah. There's going to be a bunch of cool people.
So yeah, I really hope to see more of the dinosaur people because I think they've been the coolest enemies that I've seen from One Piece, in my opinion. But that's just because I love dinosaurs, and I just think that's a really funny and crazy concept.
I know it's on break next week, so it sucks we have to wait another week.
It does.
I heard it was a COVID-related break, not.
It's understandable. A lot of different manga publications are
some
on
anime
break.
are delayed too, right?
A lot of certain shows have straight up been delayed by their seasons.
Yes.
Other shows are continuing. It really depends on how they're produced, because some of these anime, they'll make like 10 episodes in advance. Some of these literally make them as they're being released, which is insane. I have to admit, but that's just the way it is. A lot of the shows I was actually looking forward to this season got pushed back to July or later. That's just the way it is. But some of them are ready. But that's the way it's going to be for like the next year or so. I think for a lot of these things, maybe, or at least the next couple months, things are going to get pushed back. Things are going to get delayed. So let's just give these guys a break. Enjoy the chapters that we're getting right now. Like I said, this was a mini-map chapter, as you called it. But there were many things to like about it. There were funny moments. I love the look of Eustace Kid's ship with a giant freaking fish or lizard skull on the front. I think that visually looks just freaking awesome. I love that shit. I love the Toby Roppo introduction. Kaido having a son. There's a lot to dig about this chapter, despite the fact that it is kind of just an explaining of how we're going to do things. For me personally, I'm going to give this chapter a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a great chapter in the sense that like it is a great setup chapter, and it's officially starting. Like they're at the gates. It's time to it's time to go. It's whenever the guy Lord of the Rings charges the what the fuck is that part? I can't remember. The guy at the end before the earthquake wipes out everything, and he's wow. I'm really fucking this up. Really messing this reference up.
Aragorn?
Yeah, Aragorn when he charges at all the orcs at the end of the gates of Mordor.
Sure, let's just call it that. The final charge towards Mordor.
There we go. That reference, finally. And it was a good one. I think 4 out of 5 is great. I'd go with that. But I really don't like mini-map chapters, so that's the one reason I don't want to give it a 5 out of 5.
But a 4 out of 5, that's pretty good for you.
Yeah, it is. And the other thing that I really love that they're doing is Kid and Law are not being absorbed into the Straw Hats, even though they're fighting for the spotlight hard. Even though their crews are there and their ships are there, they're still getting absorbed into the Straw Hat momentum, so I find that sort of interesting. And best of luck with that writing, because it is challenging to put a character next to Luffy as a captain. It doesn't quite work very well. They just sort of become helpers of Luffy. That's kind of how it works. Power of friendship.
Well, there it is, guys. Thank you for listening to this review of One Piece. If any of you guys have any thoughts about what you thought about this chapter, sound off in the comments section below. Any theories as who could be the son of Kaido? What about the introduction of the Toby Roppo? Let's discuss all of it. Comment section below.